Bipolar Rollers, welcome back. All right, buddies, let's talk about some stuff. I want to try to keep this video short, like I say at every video. With very limited success, but let's see what I can do. Today we're going to talk about reasons not to and reasons to go public with your bipolar. And that could be a vlog like this, or it could be just coming out to an employer or your family or friends. Reasons not to. Let's start with people know your business. It's tricky navigating humans. Awfully judgmental and like to compartmentalize who you are as a person, file you up in their head, right? So you come out with a mental illness and they're already trying to figure out a way to file you in their brain. And depending on what they know about bipolar, you may not be filed in the most flattering light. So the public knowing your business can leave you quite vulnerable, right? Because you're open to all that judgment. You think you're doing the right thing, and then you get treated differently for it. So, and most of us appreciate having a certain level of privacy in our lives. And coming out with a mental illness does away with that in a lot of ways. So that's reason one. People know your business. Two, employers. Now, depending on how educated your employers are, if they know you have a mental illness, that could certainly cause some friction in the workplace. You might even lose job opportunities because of it, or they may feel that the sensitivity of the job, for whatever reason, that your mental illness may interfere with that. So, reason two, employers. It's tricky business, Let's try credibility. Credibility is tough. If you have a mental illness, not only do you have issues with, say, maybe getting a firearm or being in certain safety-sensitive situations, your word may not be taken, as a matter of fact, when there's such an easy scapegoat like your mental illness to discredit you. So, reason three, credibility. It impacts it, right? I guess four would be giving ammunition to uneducated people. I can't tell you the number of times that I've had people who I thought were friends, or at the very least civil acquaintances, like lose a discussion or a debate with you and then throw a comment like maybe you should take your meds that day, or maybe you should get on your meds. Uneducated people will look for any vulnerability or any weakness, and I'd say educated people do this too, but it's especially worse with people who don't have maybe a leg to stand on with their argument and have to resort to ad hominems or attacks at your mental capacity, right? So you're giving uneducated people ammunition. And the last one that I'm going to cover today, and then there's lots of other ones, but the last one is that it becomes what you're known for, and I mean, bipolar is something we have. It's not who we are. I like to talk about it because these videos were specifically made to help me and to help others cope with their illness, and to see that you're not alone. You don't want to be known for it. You just want to do your part, right? To help people. But you can be known for a particular thing that you do, and that can be a negative. All right. Because I want to keep this video short, let's attack the positives. Reasons to come out as a public. People know your business. I want to be the most honest person that I can be. I spent a lot of years grappling with that, and because let's face it, people who are honest get a bad rap. You know, that's why people have thrown brutally in front of honest. But people know your business, and they should. They should know who you are. I like to be as much of an open book as I can be, because I only want to be surrounded by people who accept me for who I am. And we put on these fronts, these masks, so that we can blend in and not have our personalities taken apart. And it's hard to be honest. And that's why I like it. I like the challenge. And if people know my business, that's fine. You know, because I want them to be as educated as they can be, knowing whether or not I'm somebody that they can be proud to associate with. So I would rather that people know my business, not, you know, in this context, not, you know, Snoopy gossipers, but I'm talking like in this context. 2, makes you vulnerable. Sure. I think that I would rather have somebody expose their ignorance and their cruelty to me than for me to be under the false impression that the people that I associate with are empathetic and kind-hearted. You know, you really learn a lot about people when you expose yourself and your vulnerabilities. You learn whether the people that you're around are the kind of people who take advantage of vulnerabilities, or people who mock or are disgusted by vulnerabilities. It all boils down to, who do you want to waste your time with, or who do you want to grow with, right? 3, employers look down on you. I think, in the essence of honesty, that your employer should know what your conditions are, whether you have medication that you need to take, and what they can do to facilitate or help you in case of a crisis and that sort of thing. I think that if an employer were to judge you based on a mental illness that you have under control, it really says a lot about the job that you're at, and whether or not that's something you can base a career on, whether you're in a healthy environment. So, employers looking down on you, whatever, find a better job, you know, because let's face it, if you have a mental illness and you're out of control, the chances are good you're not going to keep that job anyway. But if you have a mental illness, you have it under control, and you are meeting those challenges every day, there's something to be said about the character of a person like that. And any good employer should be proud to have somebody like that on their team. Credibility. You know, this is a tough one. It's hard to find a positive here. Sure, people are always going to question your credibility if you have a mental illness. But if you're treating it and you're able to stand on your 2 feet and back up your credibility as a person. These are things, see, like when you have bipolar, sometimes you associate with a lot of the wrong people. And I think that the circle you run with does more for your credibility than your mental illness. So if you run with a healthy crowd, they are supportive of you. You are supportive of each other. You have that backbone. You have something solid that you can lean on if things get tough. And I don't see how that can hinder your credibility. I think it actually improves it. And you all will be a more credible person if you surround yourself with people of character. Gives uneducated ammunition to people. If you are really concerned about how others see you, you're going to grapple with bipolar a lot. I know I have. I used to care a lot more than I do now. Sure, it hurts when people discredit you or take cheap shots at you because you're struggling with a mental illness. But if you really take like even 30 seconds to think about what kind of person does that, you will be grateful for the opportunity to see somebody for who they really are. And it might help you filter out some of the crappy friends from the real good ones, you know, to filter who the toxic members of your family are, or the ones you can count on in case of a crisis. So, with every negative, there's a positive. And lastly, because now it's too late to make this video short, it becomes what you're known for. And to that, I say, if you are known as somebody who keeps a video journal to help themselves on the tough days, and finds that that video journal may actually help other people to see that we're all just ordinary people struggling with a mental illness and doing the best we can. And some of us may take to the internet to help support other people. Let them know they're not alone. Show them ways, tricks around their mental illness so that they can get back on their feet. You know, to not let the mental illness define you, but to make it your bitch, as I like to say. And if that becomes what you're known for, fuck them. So you're known for that. You're known for helping other people and yourself, for taking control of your life, for not being a whiny little bitch and just getting out there and doing everything you can to have some semblance of normalcy in your life. I don't think anyone should fault you for that. And I hope that this brings this video to a positive conclusion. If you're thinking of starting up a vlog or going public with your mental illness, just be aware there's going to be some drawbacks. But if you're doing it with pure intentions to help others struggling, I wish you all the best, and I hope it's a huge success. Anyway, yeah, 12 minutes, great. So much for short videos, right? I'm lousy at that part. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your afternoon. And as always, Bipolar Rollers represent.